round of Brooklyn, New York.
Yo. What's the deal?
Last night, we watched 30 players join the NBA family. And today,
I just want to see who the Warriors going to draft and the Pistons going to draft, and I'm out.
Thank you to all the players here this evening who've come to see their dreams fulfilled. So let's get the second round started. The 31st pick in the 2025 NBA draft belongs to the Minnesota Timberwolves, who have 4 minutes to make their selection.
One day we're going to.
They've been talking about him, man.
Everyone wears the hats that they're actually going to. Remember, Minnesota is on the clock, but this pick is actually going to the Phoenix Suns, Brian.
They worked really hard to get this pick. The player that they're about to take, they got up this morning and worked hard to get it. They made 3 separate trades. They had 2 picks in the 50s. They acquired picks 36.
I think they about to take Fleming though.
Second rounders to get to 31.
I don't think we're gonna be able to get Fleming though, shit guy.
Young man, get that extra money.
Well, let me just ask Bobby because he keeps track of this stuff. 24 hours ago, the Suns had the 10th pick, right? Which we knew they were going to draft. Then they had a future first, and they had 7 seconds.
They had 6 seconds, and they also had
Salute. I've been hearing that they want to draft him. I just hope we get somebody good, man. Somebody that could literally help us.
Who's to say they're not? Nobody knows the answer to that yet. But when you use up your draft capital, you need to live with what you bought. And they're buying players now. They're signing players now. They're trading for players.
The worst.
We're just waiting to see Minnesota is on the clock. But this pick going to Phoenix, so
bad spot, and it makes you make awfully bad decisions.
There's going to be big Phoenix Suns news in the next 10 days. I believe that Devin Booker is, lined up to sign a massive contract extension. So they're going to invest in Devin Booker.
You say the next Klay Thompson?
Invest in Devin Booker to the tune of
we got picks 52 and 59.
Make sure he's got
Shout out to my boy Alex for sending me that.
10th pick, and that's why they're investing right now.
For sending me that.
Brian, there's going to be big news on the Phoenix Suns in the next 3 minutes with this pick that they are on the clock for. When you're looking at the player that you think would best fit there, Jay, who is that?
It's not necessarily fit. I think Rasheer Fleming is the best player on the board right now. I thought he should have been a first-round draft pick. But there are certainly other options. I mean, the best shooter I think we mentioned is Chaz Lanier of Tennessee. He can shoot it off screens. He can catch and shoot. He's got deep range. I mean, they ran a ton of floppy action for him, and he was running all over the court getting shots. I mean, Tennessee, they got Dalton Connect through the transfer portal, and they turn around and get Chaz Lanier.
So Rasheer Fleming, I think, is about to get picked. So
every time they turn around and turn a corner.
Shift God, I don't think we're gonna be able to get Rasheer Fleming because I think he's about to get picked now. Johnny Broom is in the house.
What that path looks like to win, Bob. How does a young player come into that environment?
They played rookies last year.
Johnny Broom would be perfect for the Pistons, though. He's the perfect big man. He's the perfect 4 to sit right next to Dern.
Yeah, Ryan Dunn is one of them. They hit in the first round. Oso Ighodaro in the second round. It was a similar pattern as far as last year, as far as how they traded up to pick 39 to go out and get them.
And Phoenix, again, when you're talking about, I've said
the
it
pick is in
already, but the West is a tough place to play right now.
I'll tell you one thing I've never heard a coach say. I'm not going to play this guy because we took him in the second round. They play the players that help them win. It doesn't matter. And when you're a GM, you take a guy high, you want him to play, but it doesn't work. It's whoever can play plays.
Well, the pick is in. Again, this pick is headed to the Phoenix Suns. Let's send it back to Deputy Commissioner Mark Tatum.
With the 31st pick in the 2025 NBA Draft, the Minnesota Timberwolves select Rasheer Fleming from St. Joseph's University.
So, Rasheer Fleming going to the Suns.
Rasheer Fleming
So he's off the board.
From Camden, New Jersey, just 2 hours down the turnpike from where his NBA dream is being realized here. Rasheer is the oldest of several siblings, played at Camden High School for now Nick's assistant coach, Rick Brunson. And the 6'8" wing out of St. Joseph's, he's a self-proclaimed late bloomer. He went through the draft process last year, had 5 workouts. He said he learned a lot, wanted to apply it this season.
We had 37 Pistons fans.
Jay as super coachable,
and then the Warriors traded their pick to get 2 picks.
Not to mention, he did have the second fastest shuttle run at the draft combine.
Yeah, clearly he's athletic and just crazy length. He's got a 7'5" wingspan, really versatile on the defensive end. Rasheer Fleming was the only player in the country to have over 40 dunks and over 50 threes on the season. He shot 39%.
We definitely could have used him.
62 of them
but
on the year.
It's all good.
Versatile. You know, we could call him a 3-and-D wing, but a multi-positional defender that's very disruptive. He's a floor spacer, a really good cutter, and he's one of those players that
okay, the Suns got Maluach and Rasheer Fleming.
He was very good in college. Had 9 double-doubles. He had a 20-rebound game against
See,
Texas.
the Suns trying to do something.
And he is standing by with our Monica McNutt. Monica.
Hey, D-Book might want to stay.
Congratulations. You took the additional steps to take your time to go back and improve. Now you're here realizing a dream tonight. What's going through your mind?
I've never done anything like this in my life. Like, this is this is a crazy experience for me. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's I don't know what this is.
All right, well, let's talk basketball, right? That's such a genuine reaction, but let's talk about the basketball, right? You are talented, you are versatile, can defend multiple positions.
Oh, yeah, I'm hip. They got Mark Williams, too. They got a lot of bigs, though.
First off, just so much effort. Like,
but he can't stay healthy.
I think it was wrong if I'm not making shots or anything.
D-Book, D-Book need to come on home, for sure. Salute, everybody tapping in the chat.
You were going to miss shots was very slick. I heard that. Congratulations, Rasheer.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
I love that.
Boston Celtics on the clock.
Confidence you want going into the NBA, and now it's the Boston Celtics that are on the clock. It's pretty astonishing, Brian, the difference that the Boston Celtics were sitting in, the position they were sitting in a year ago versus where they are now. Jason Tatum out for an extended period of time. They just traded away Kristaps Porzingis, Drew Holiday, and I think
the Suns got a point guard.
Reported earlier,
they drafted somebody, drafted a point guard.
Not necessarily taking them, but fielding calls on Derek White as well.
Yeah, I think they're going to stick with
Yeah, man, I saw that, Alex. We beat the brakes off of the Athletics. 8-0.
Cut off some table. They knew that for 3 years when they did those contracts with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. But it's been a little bit tougher than they experienced because now they can't afford to pay for a team that they don't know if they can win the whole thing.
Brian, thank you. Let's bring in our senior insider, Sham Sharania, who is news
Sham Sharania.
Malika, so this pick, number 32, is actually being traded to the Orlando Magic. So the Orlando Magic are sending numbers.
So the Orlando Magic just, the Boston Celtics trading pick 32 to Orlando Magic.
And 2027.
Hugo Gonzalez is nice too. They got a good wing in the first round.
Is Orlando.
All right, so
that's a big price. That's a big price they just paid, which makes me wonder if there wasn't. I don't know, but it makes me wonder if there wasn't some competition between teams.
So Orlando will be picking 32. Boston just traded pick 32 to
around a little bit. It
to the Magic.
Boston on the hat, at least for now. So I want to stick with Boston for just a moment. We do know that this pick is going to Orlando, who kind of was the catalyst to start the offseason in a lot of ways with that Desmond Bane trade. But Boston, Bob, it just goes to show you talk about, even right now, we're talking with Oklahoma City about how many championships.
Well, they got a wing, so
you never know how small that window is going to be.
Well, you don't.
Because Hugo Gonzalez from Spain
wins the championship, we think they're going to win it again and again and again. We know it when Milwaukee won it. We're going to win 3 more. When Denver won it, we're looking at a dynasty. When Boston won it, nobody's going to be Boston. Now we're saying about Oklahoma City. Now Oklahoma City is the youngest team to do it for sure. But what you're seeing when Boston is probably what we're going to see more and more in the future with these teams that win it. You load up, you get the role players, you have high-priced stars. But then you take a shot for 1 or 2 years. It doesn't work. You got to unwind some of that. You just can't keep players like you used to because of the second apron. It used to just be money. Not that
I ain't gonna lie, Brooklyn got some nice picks.
Extra money. Now you can't make trades. You go over that second apron. It really hinders your ability to do things.
This pick is actually heading to Orlando. Mark Tatum is at the podium.
With the 32nd pick in the 2025 NBA Draft, the Boston Celtics select Noah Penda from Bondy, France, and
Yo, these French niggas is, bro, I didn't see like 7 French niggas get drafted, bro. They got them a forward, Noah Penda. These French niggas, bro. France taking over, bro. You got Wembanyama. You got like 5 niggas that got drafted this year. You got Reese Shea last year, a couple of another. It's been like 10 French niggas that got drafted in the last 2 years, bro. That's crazy, bro. And all of them is like kind of the same. They all long, lanky, can shoot the three, can handle the ball. Some of them ain't none of them like Wemby. Wemby is just so great defensively. And
now Noah Penda is the most instinctual off-ball defender in this draft class. He has a great feel for the game. He's an outstanding passer. He has big-time versatility defensively. He makes plays all over the floor with his 7-foot wingspan.
See what I tell you? These French niggas. He's 242 and 6'7".
They're one of the best teams in that league. He's not the most explosive guy. He's not the most consistent outside shooter. But think of him as somewhat of a Kenrich Williams type Swiss Army knife for the Orlando Magic. I think he's just going to be a very intriguing pick for them.
And he's one of, as we mentioned, several picks here, Jay, that have come from France, that are international picks. It's marking a little bit of a different trend that we're seeing right now in the NBA.
Bro, 4 draft picks in this draft, bro.
Players in the world, they're not going to have all of them. And France is
4 draft picks from France.
Players and
these French niggas is not playing. And they all look like they got some game from what I was seeing.
Well, Noah, congratulations. We just came off of a terrific graphic addressing the legacy.
I just want to see what my boys gonna do.
In terms of French players, you join that group
couple more picks into the Pistons. How are you feeling? We got Charlotte with the next 2
really
picks.
Excited. I was there last night for the first round.
They all talk the same too.
Former friends.
I really appreciate everybody's support for my team.
I'm ready to get to work.
Always to get to work.
In terms of getting to work, you're joining an Orlando
show you
Magic
my
team who
my
was
scoring,
known
my
for their tenacious defense,
defense.
and that is one thing that has been praised about your game. What do you think about the fit where you're headed?
Honestly, I think I can fit anywhere. I'm glad to be part of the Orlando Magics.
The Orlando Magics.
For them for trusting me. And
okay.
I'm just really excited.
They got somebody. They got a good wing who can shoot. They need shooting. They got Desmond Bain. Now you got a French dude that can shoot. That's a 6'7" skill.
16 to 11 to get Cedric Howard. This they use 4 second-round picks, and they still have over the next 7 years 9 seconds and 4 firsts. He may not be done.
And the Magic selected Jace Richardson as well at number 25. And
oh yeah, they got Jace Richardson too. My boy Jason, undersized too.
Yeah,
he's gonna be nice.
I think the big thing is getting Desmond Bain. That helps their shooting because they need to score. And Jace Richardson can shoot it as well. He may be small, but offensively he's very gifted.
Eastern Conference right now. Again, I think a lot of folks thought that the Indiana Pacers would be, no pun intended, setting the pace for the rest of this conference. And I think Orlando is a team. The Atlanta Hawks, as you mentioned earlier, are the New York Knicks, the Cleveland Cavaliers are looking around and saying, why not?
Well, I've never seen a conference get decimated by injuries like the Eastern Conference has. I mean, we've never seen star players go down like this, like we have with Tatum and Lillard, and then sadly Halliburton. I mean, and the truth is, it's just a cutthroat business. This is a ruthless space that you work in. It's competitive, and it's about winning. And these teams, the Eastern Conference League, they're saying, well, this is an opening. You know, they're saying, hey, you got to look at it realistically. And that East has probably never been more open due to these injuries.
And we have an Eastern Conference team on the clock right now, the Charlotte Hornets. They just finished up their first year under head coach Charles Lee here, Brian. When you look at Charlotte, obviously LaMelo is one of their cornerstones, Brandon Miller as well. How do you see them sort of climbing out of the bottom of the Eastern Conference historically and making a bit more of a push?
They just had a lot of difficulty getting traction.
Yeah, Jason Richardson just undersized. That's all. But he gonna help them out for sure because he can shoot. Franz Wagner, he got to get his shot back for sure.
They've changed ownership. They just haven't been able to get any momentum. This seems to be a year.
The Hornets got Knipple from Duke. He's a great shooter.
Well, availability matters.
Let's see what they do.
Player on the court, and that's LaMelo Ball. But they did address the need.
He can't stay on the court though, to be honest.
They were last in effective field goal percentage. Knipple 48% from 3 and corner threes. That is a big addition for them.
To your point about injuries, 3 and 32 when LaMelo Ball didn't play this season. Brandon Miller played 27 games because of a wrist injury as well, Bob.
Yeah, I mean, look,
This is how you do it, though. This is how you build up through the draft. I mean, Brandon Miller was a great pick. Ball was a great pick. And Kneble, they hope he's a great pick. And you got to hope that all these guys, Oklahoma City's a good example. Now, they did get Shea in a big trade.
But Shea wasn't the headline of that trade at the time. It was the picks that were the headline. And, here's SGA. No one saw necessarily him becoming an MVP of the league, which is such a cool story.
No, I mean, he was a good young player that a lot of people liked. You didn't know he'd be this. But that's the point about the draft. If everybody knew he would be the number 1 pick, Kobe Bryant was the 13th pick. Steph Curry was the 7th pick.
Kevin Durant.
Dirk Nowitzki, Paul Pierce. We can go down the whole thing. And we talked about guys that were second-round picks that are MVP. Nikola Jokic going to the second round, it still bothers you. Didn't you say it was drafted during a commercial?
Taco Bell commercial. During a Taco Bell commercial. He had an all-time quote about that I'll share later, but it's time to get it back to Deputy Commissioner Mark Tatum with the pick.
With the 33rd pick in the 2025 NBA draft.
Dylan Harper better than Ace. Sion James, Dookie.
Sion James, the senior guard here out of Duke, Jay.
Well, Sion James started his career at Tulane, where he was considered
a
scorer,
couple of Duke dudes getting drafted.
To Duke.
They got them a nice guard.
Point guard, really physical, an excellent athlete, and an outstanding defender. He's not a guy that's going to go out and get you 3-4 steals in a game, but he really limits his assignment. He keeps the ball away from him, stays in front. He's a good passer,
Duke got 4 picks in the 2025 draft.
And a very good cutter.
Center, forward, wing.
The fact that he does so
forward.
many things well and very steady. The key will be improving his shooting. He can make shots, but he needs to be a more aggressive shooter and take advantage of opportunities.
He joins 3 of his fellow Duke brothers who are already drafted here in the 2025 NBA draft. The Charlotte Hornets are on the clock once again, so we are going to take a quick break. More from Barclays Center coming up.
We're getting closer. I'm waiting for my Pistons. The Warriors are at 52 and 59, so I'm probably going to take a break, and then I'll be back when the Warriors do theirs. Because I don't care. I really don't care about who coming in the second round.
Buckets. Now that's a tomato. Sheboygan.
The match.
P-E-Z-O-L.
Bottom row. From the logo. State Farm with the assist.
Advil Targeted Relief. The only topical pain reliever with 4 powerful pain-fighting ingredients that start working on contact to target tough pain at the source for up to 8 hours of powerful relief. Advil Targeted Relief.
Summer fun is around every turn at the all-new Dave & Buster's, with never-before-seen games like Hot Wheels Victory Lap. Brand new menu items, including turbocharged chicken sliders. And a nationwide race with players across the country. Zoom up the new leaderboard and race towards exclusive prizes. Before they race
that's talking about Cooper Flag ain't gonna be this, Cooper Flag ain't gonna be that.
At the all-new Dave & Buster's.
Don't know what they talking about. I hate when people judging a rookie before you even see his impact.
Now we can choose our seats before we get
You're judging a rookie before you even see his impact, bro.
Doesn't every airline do assigned seating?
They do now.
It's crazy though.
Now it's time to celebrate.
It's really crazy that people are doing that and you haven't even seen him play. I really hope my Pistons draft somebody that, you know what I'm saying, we need and not draft. We don't need no more guards, bro. We don't need no more guards. We need big men. We need a 4 or maybe, you know what I'm saying, we need a 4. You know what I'm saying? Something 6'9", 6'10". I think Johnny Broom, I think that's who we going to pick. I think we going to get Boy from Auburn. If we get Boy from Auburn, we set.
The brand is called
We set, because he's an older player. He can come in and learn.
I got rid of
I
so
think
many
we're going to be
clothes by
good.
upgrading to this. No dry cleaning needed anymore, and I'm free from uncomfortable long sleeves, and the collars stay stiff all day. Get 20% off using code TV at collarsandco.com.
Want the effects of Viagra, but faster? Meet Rose Sparks. They contain sildenafil and tadalafil, the active ingredients of Viagra and Cialis, but Sparks dissolve under the tongue. Dissolvables work faster than old school pills. Plus, tadalafil, the active ingredient in Cialis, stays in your system for long-lasting results. Faster acting and long-lasting? We got you.
NBA Draft 2025 is presented by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
We back.
The
Let's
second
see.
night of the NBA
Got this
draft brings
nigga
out
here.
the stars. Spike Lee in the house, as
Spike Lee
always,
lame
representing for New York.
That's what I think
his
of New
outfit
York.
at Cannes as well. Oh, is that Cannes, the film festival? Welcome back to the second
We got
round
the 34th
of the
pick.
2025 NBA draft. Several young men are here with us at Barclays, waiting, hoping to hear their name called here tonight. The Charlotte Hornets remain on the clock. The pick will be in here momentarily, imminently. But we were talking about, you asked Bob a really interesting question in the break. Jay, can you share?
Well, when we were talking about all the recent injuries in the Eastern Conference, my thought was,
These niggas
with
talking
these
too much,
injuries,
bro.
would that make you more aggressive in the short window to make moves? Because you've got a championship opportunity with so many star players injured in the East.
Yeah. I think I answered. I would do something. I don't think I would do anything reckless. I would do something in the short term, though. And that might mean, and Bobby, you know this, that might mean I wasn't planning on using my taxpayer mid-level exception to get a $5, $6, $7 million player, but now I am. That may mean I'm going to go out and make a trade for a rotation guy and give up some draft capital because this is a window. But I'm not going to do it for a guy that has 4 years left, but I might do it for a guy that has 1 year left. Guys like Cam Johnson's the guy where you say, hey, this guy this year, I need him for this year because I have a window in the East.
Yeah, it's like that when you look at it in 2 year windows, right? We always talk about 4 or 5. How can they help you now, and how can they
The
help you
amount
next year?
of
And the one thing
talking
you don't want to do
that
is
they
go
are
all in,
doing
and then it blows up in
is.
your face.
The pick is in.
Thank you. What are y'all talking so much
in the
for?
2025 NBA Draft, the Charlotte Hornets select Ryan Kalkbrenner from Creighton University.
I seen that. If it's who I think it is,
Ryan.
yeah, I seen his name. That somebody said they was going
it's a former NBA champion and MVP, and Ryan replicates
get him.
at times
The Lakers was going to try to get him
here as well.
Yeah, the Lakers was going to try to get him.
Comfortable shooting the ball this past year. Rim protection has been there a while. My ability to guard on the perimeter has taken a lot of steps forward.
Okay.
Brenner's 7-4 reach came up with the block.
My favorite player growing up was Dirk, and I couldn't be any more different than him. So, I mean, that fadeaway jumper in the post is just, iconic. He was so good at that. And, I think I hit that shot twice over 5 years in my college career. Just try to do what we do in our system and do it to the best of my ability to help us win.
Sometimes you ain't always supposed to be the player that you like the most.
Jonathan,
my favorite player was Kobe, but my game is not like Kobe at all. My game is more like.
A four-time Big East Defensive Player of the Year, 23 years
I'm a
old,
3-and-D person. I'm a 3-and-D undersized guard.
He's ready to help the Charlotte Hornets from day one. They actually have a major void here after trading Mark Williams.
If I'm being real, my game like Muggsy Bogues.
Brenner never turns the ball over. He doesn't make mistakes. He's a very good screener, and he's added a stretch element to his game this past season. I really like this pick for the Charlotte Hornets.
Jonathan, thank you very much. By the way, those 4 Big East Defensive Player of the Year awards, the only other player to do that was Patrick Ewing at Georgetown.
Hornets got Liam McNeely,
at the Hornets
Knipple.
picks over the last 2 days.
They got them a wing, a center,
that are on the
and
clock.
a guard.
Philadelphia, another
and
team
2 guards.
with injuries last year. Joel Embiid, Paul George, Tyrese Maxey.
So now we got Philadelphia with the 35th pick.
Joel Embiid, who was shut down in February after playing 19 games, his fewest in a season since missing the entire 25 2016 season, rather. Jay, you said it best yesterday. The health of Joel is the core question for this team.
We're gonna see what Philly do. Detroit coming up, man. That's what I'm really. That's the only reason I did the stream, to see what the Pistons draft.
Moving forward.
As far as sitting Embiid out a little bit, not playing him as much,
pulling out a little bit of bubble wrap, and then down the stretch, we saw Kawhi be incredibly effective when his team needed it the most.
Whatever keeps him healthy and keeps him on the floor for the longest period of time. I mean, the MVP of the Sixers could be the medical staff, because he's got to play. If he doesn't play, that limits their ability to challenge.
You talk about the East having some injuries and some teams taking a step back. The team that can take a huge step forward in that situation is Philly. Daryl Morey, their team president, talked last night about how after drafting BJ Edgecombe, he felt like they had one of the best backcourts in the league. And I kind of agree. When you look at Jared McClain, who was maybe on the way to being a Rookie of the Year candidate last year before he got hurt, Tyrese Maxey, Paul George, if they're healthy, that team is very formidable. But the big if is what's held.
Yeah, that's a big if.
Well, it's a huge if, because look at the guys. Our whole conversation's about health, right? We can talk about health.
I feel like we've had a lot of doom and gloom health conversations.
I know. Well,
we need to do a little bit of this.
Well, why are we talking about it? Because it's probably the most important thing to discuss. But assuming health, yeah, they got a great shot. I mean, especially because we talked about it 5 minutes ago. The East is open. Now the West, that is not open. The West is healthy, and it's very good.
Well, they've gotten younger, certainly with the BJ Edgecombe draft
Oh,
last
Lord,
night.
they
And
talk
Quentin
too much,
Grimes
bro.
during the trade deadline, certainly. Yeah, and that's
They
going
talking
to be
way
a
too
priority
fucking
for them
much,
when we
bro.
get into the offseason. He's going to be a restricted free agent. The downside, it might cost you Gershon Yabusele, who's an unrestricted free agent. And there's going to be a priority as how you go about putting together some front court depth, because you're going to need an insurance policy for Joel Embiid.
I was in Philadelphia last year during media day, just ahead of their training camp beginning. And I sat down with Joel Embiid and Paul George, and both of them told me that this was a team, the intention of the team was they expected Joel Embiid to miss games.
I think they're going to trade Paul George.
He's certainly not an 82-game
and
player.
start
He's not
one
even
of
a
these
65-game
wings.
player at this point. He just wants to be here for when it matters the most.
Would y'all
But
shut
because
the
of the
hell up?
injuries to Paul George, even Tyrese Maxey and Jared McCain, of course, they weren't even able to get there. This team was supposed to be built, Jay, to be able to withstand a long stretch without Joel Embiid. They still can, but it's just like you got to just knock on wood for some health.
Yeah, but I mean, he wasn't even available at any point in the season for what he played 21 games. I mean, that's not enough to be.
And I think we saw the two teams in the finals with the depth that they had, right? Oklahoma City played a ton of guys, as did the Indiana Pacers. But I think the lesson in all that,
The talking they are doing is ridiculous, bro. Like, this is ridiculous. The talking that they are doing. Like, the pick has been in for the last 10, 20 seconds, bro. Y'all still running your mouth.
Training camp, we're like, uh-oh.
What was the most highly touted offseason, I think, for any team last year, Brian?
For sure. And look, they knew that there was
Bro,
gonna be
these
some issues
niggas are
2 or 3
still running
years
their
in
mouth.
because some of their players were going to age, but they really thought they had a window in this year or the year after. And this window only has been accentuated by the injuries elsewhere. So it wouldn't surprise me if they draft a player here that they hope they can help them right away.
I will say Daryl Morey said after his availability yesterday that
Oh
Joel
my
Embiid
God,
is expected
bro.
to be ready to go here for training
Yeah, I'm
camp.
ending
So
this
just speaking
stream
of
after
players that can
Detroit.
make an impact
I'm
immediately.
ending
Go
this
ahead, and then I
stream.
want to hear from
No,
you.
I'm just
This is
gonna say, I
ridiculous,
want to
bro.
see the stars play, right? We all want to see these guys play.
Come on, man.
Now we know some of them are going to be out.
What are we doing? Why are y'all talking so much?
This guy's an MVP of the league.
We don't care about what y'all have to say. We want to see who's drafted.
NBA. And so I want
The fact, why are y'all talking so much?
This is why we love watching basketball, for guys like
Bro,
that.
this is ridiculous.
And now the pick is in. I was going to go to Jay.
Shut up. No, you're going to shut up and get to the pick. That's what you're going to do.
Let's see who's headed to
That
the
is
Philadelphia
ridiculous,
76ers.
bro. They sitting here yapping their damn gums. The pick been in.
With the 35th pick in the 2025 NBA Draft, the Philadelphia 76ers select Janai Brew from Auburn University.
Oh! No!
Sharing this moment with his parents, Julie and John, who've really been impactful in his career. A fun fact that he loves to share, that he knows sign language.
Oh my God. Everybody that I wanted them to draft. 2 picks.
3, and he started
1 pick
basketball when he
before.
was just 9 years old at the YMCA. When he was younger, he modeled his game a little bit after James Harden because Harden's a lefty.
Bro, right? This is who I wanted us to get.
He was the unanimous AP first-team All-American selection. And
I don't know who we gonna draft now.
Game, Jay.
Yeah, he's a lefty, an undersized 5-man, but he's got a 7-foot wingspan. And you mentioned
I don't know who I don't even know who the fuck we gonna draft now. Wolf gone. Johnny Broom, Janai Broom gone. Who the fuck we gonna get, bro? The boy from Creighton is gone.
He was dominant in the Southeastern Conference. In fact, he was the player of the year, led Auburn to the Final Four.
If we draft a wing, I'm gonna be so mad, bro.
66% at the rim, excellent on post-up.
If we draft a wing, I'm gonna be so mad, bro.
Glass, just under 4 offensive rebounds a game. He may not be an above the rim big guy, but he carves out space and he gets things done. Really productive player that has been overlooked before and has come through.
And now he brings that chip on his shoulder into the NBA. He's standing by with his parents and harmonica.
This is some bullshit,
so
bro.
The uniqueness of this opportunity, Janai, is that you just heard what Jay Billis had to say about you. What did you think of that?
I think what he said was right. You know, I'm a winner. You know, I get things done offensively and defensively, so the Sixers got a good one.
We've got the Jab 5 represented, which is your family, because you all share those wonderful initials, Mom Julie and Dad John. When you see your son accomplish his dream, what have you seen that has
I am so mad, bro. I wanted him on the Pistons.
His dream. What have you seen that allowed him to get
okay, the Pistons gonna be next. The Brooklyn Nets pick is in. You know what I'm saying? The Pistons gonna be next.
To the whole family, you guys. Janai, best of luck on your next step.
Thank you.
Monica, thank you so very much. This next pick, the 36th pick, we have some news about, so I want to bring back in our senior insider, Shams Charania.
Malika, we do have news, if I can fix my mic here. The Lakers are acquiring the number 36 pick in this
NBA
the
Lakers
draft.
picking right here.
This pick is not Brooklyn's, it's not anyone else's, it's the Lakers pick. And it's going to be for the 45 pick, and the player that they're targeting right now is Adu Thoreau out of Arkansas. At 36 here for the Lakers.
All right, so this pick has been on the move a couple of times from Brooklyn to the Wolves and now to the Los Angeles Lakers here, Bobby Marks.
Yeah, they are certainly going to need.
They are talking too fucking much, bro. I really want to see who the Pistons gonna pick.
The big priority, of course.
I wanted Janai Broom, bro. I wanted Wolf, Janai Broom. I wanted Malowatch too, but I knew that wasn't gonna be no. I forgot that we didn't pick in the first round.
Trade was rescinded. Priority for center, but they'll get a really good wing right here.
Well, the pick is in, so let's send it back to the podium and Deputy Commissioner Mark Tatum here. Again, this pick is headed to the Los Angeles Lakers.
With the 36th pick in the 2025 NBA Draft, the Brooklyn Nets select Adu Thoreau from the University of Arkansas.
Okay, a wing. Adu Thoreau. He must be good on defense. He gotta be.
The call comes in. Adu led Arkansas in points and
You going to the Lakers?
And this is a family of hoopers. His father played college ball under John Calipari for 4 seasons at Memphis before a series of health issues and injuries caused his playing career to be cut short. But his mom also played at Oklahoma City University and was drafted by the Washington Mystics in the W. So a lot of experience here. So this is a moment for the entire family. His sister, the first female player to dunk in Pennsylvania, a whole family affair. He says he's modeled his game after Derrick Rose when he was a kid. He played his freshman and sophomore seasons for Kentucky.
That's good right there.
Arkansas. And our Jonathan Gavoni calls him maybe the best dunker in this class alongside the number 3 pick, VJ Edgecombe.
Well, the one thing about Adu Thoreau is he plays hard, man. He's got a 7-foot wingspan. He's long. He's athletic. He's very physical, and he's gotten stronger. He started his career at Kentucky, transferred to Arkansas.
Oh, yeah.
John Calipari
they definitely go.
Excellent driver. He cuts hard.
Lob threat. Oh, yeah, bro. Luka about to have him going crazy with the lobs.
Average over 15 points. Just
he's going to be a live threat.
And over 1.5 steals. A little bit of a limited shooter, only 29% on jump shots, but in transition, defensively on the glass.
Oh, yeah, they could definitely. All right, we get 3 minutes left.
Lakers really wanted this guy. They woke up today with the 55th pick. First, they make
the Pistons. I want to see who we going to get, bro.
Second deal. to get up to this spot?
Well, his favorite memory in basketball was winning a state championship with his high school. I have a feeling that this may be up there, and now he's standing by with his father and harmonica.
Not just his father, Malika, but also his coach, right? At one point in his career. But Adu, how are you feeling? A dream realized.
Doing good, blessed, happy, just thankful, just, grateful.
Coach or Dad, Mommy, we know that being a
Perimeter
parent and a coach
scorer,
sometimes
reserve
can be
lead
challenging. But to get
guard.
your son to this moment,
Yep.
as a dad, how proud are you of him?
I'm super proud of him. He worked all his life for this moment, and we are proud of him.
We need a 4 or we need
Thank you, I appreciate it.
we need more scoring.
I so enjoy hearing
But
from the families in this moment alongside their sons, all the work to get to this moment.
Our pick is in.
Barclays Center. We'll be right back.
Our pick is in. Let's see what we do. Our pick is in. Our pick is in. Let's see what we do.
Have a good drive today.
At prices you love.
Waiting on it to come back on. The pick is in. The pick is in.
Prices. If you have an allergic
Our pick
reaction,
is in. I'm very
neck,
interested to see what we
severe
do.
stomach pain, or vision
Very,
changes.
very interested to
Serious
see what
side
we do.
effects may include inflamed pancreas and gallbladder problems. Taking Mounjaro with sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low
Hopefully
blood
we
sugar.
make the right
Tell your
move. We
doctor
don't
if you're
need no
nursing,
guards.
pregnant, plan to be, or taking
If
birth
we
control pills
re-sign
before
Dennis
scheduled
Schroeder, if we
procedures
don't
with
re-sign Dennis
Side
Schroeder,
effects
we
include
probably gonna
nausea,
get a
diarrhea,
reserve
and vomiting,
guard.
which can cause dehydration and may worsen kidney
But I
stones.
think we need
I can do
a
diabetes
4,
differently with Mounjaro. Pay as little as $25
a
per
stretch
month.
4.
Ask your doctor about Mounjaro.
Oh, yes. Let's find this game. There it is.
Has your favorite sports and live
Yeah.
Jason, you still here?
Sorry, Rick.
Yeah.
One ordinary family.
We got Chaz Lanier
Go up into space
from
forever changed.
Tennessee, the best shooter in the fucking draft, bro.
On July 25th.
Let's go. The best shooter in the draft, Chaz Lanier. The disrespect, though. Why did y'all do that to us, though? That's so disrespectful, bro. Why we gotta draft?
Well, the NBA action.
But that's disrespectful, bro.
Neither do we. We will be there. See you at the next generation of NBA
That's disrespectful,
stars,
bro.
NBA 2K26.
Why did y'all just draft in the on the? Why y'all wait till our pick to go on the commercial?
Flag in action at the NBA 2K26 Summer League.
The disrespect, bro.
Thursday, July 10th. Flag and the Mavericks will face off against Bronny James and the Los Angeles
Fuck
Lakers.
Bronny James,
Also at
nigga.
0 at 8 Eastern. On
July
ESPN.
10th.
And then the number 2 pick, Dylan Harper, and the Spurs face the 76ers.
Definitely will be covering the summer league for sure.
While we were in the break, the Detroit Pistons selected Chaz Lanier.
We got Chaz Lanier.
Tennessee, and Detroit is getting an excellent shooter.
Yes, sir.
In Tennessee history,
Shooter.
123. 98 of those were catch and shoot, but he
Yeah. Yeah.
Cutter moves without
Hey, look.
and gets
Hey,
it up
look.
quickly. He's long
You know what this
arms,
mean?
wingspan.
You know what this
He's
mean?
athletic at the fourth fastest
You know what
lane
this
agility
mean,
time
bro?
in the combine and
Somebody
fifth
getting the
highest
fuck out of there,
vertical
bro.
leap,
That
but
mean
I
we finna
don't
be
know
trading
if Shooter
somebody.
with a good pull-up game. He was SEC newcomer of the year, but making the most threes in Tennessee history.
We got the
Tennessee
best
had
shooter in
Chris
the draft,
Lawson and
bro.
Dalton Connect last year. Chaz Lanier can shoot it. Started his career at North Florida and played last year for the Volunteers and had an excellent year.
He also won the Jerry West Award as the top men's collegiate shooting guard as well here. It's the San Antonio Spurs now that are on the clock. However, I always have to double check, but this pick is going to the Pacers. For second round picks, they fly around a whole lot, and picks are also made in the break. I have a story about picks being made in the break regarding Nikola Jokic, but first this pick is in. Again, this one is headed